look like fucking Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, we on?
We're on.
Hi, everybody. Welcome
Do you want to do the theme
Let's
song?
do the theme song. Ready?
Hey, everybody, what do you say? What do you want to watch? Robyn and Deshay.
Yay! Okay.
Well, welcome to Shit Talk.
Welcome to Shit Talk, episode 1. I don't know what that ding was, but fuck it.
Noises.
Well, for those of you who don't know, I am Robyn House's Paige, and this is...
I'm Claire Deshay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, we get to talk about whatever we want to, because it's our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just in case there's music playing in the background, we don't own the rights to any of this.
No.
Just to let you know.
No.
Don't want to get sued by... Who's singing?
Boom, boom, boom. That's all I know. That's all it sounds like.
Technology.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
So,
Tonight's...
a needle pulling thread.
Tonight's show is all about... Ready? Sex!
Let's talk about sex.
We're going to talk about
baby.
sex!
Let's talk about you
Yeah.
and me. I don't own the rights to that song.
She barely owns the vocals to that.
Oh.
Anyway.
So straight up, I have not had sex in almost 3.5 years with anybody besides myself. I have socks that are so stiff they just walk themselves to the laundromat. Bless them. It's difficult. So
I had sex with a straight guy the other night, so that was fun.
Scared straight. I love it.
Well,
Bless them. Now, do you have to go half and half on the therapy bills, or?
no, just half and half in the drag.
Oh.
Yeah. As long as I take my tits up, he don't care what this looks like.
Oh, honey, I just had some vodka. Don't be cute. Okay.
No.
So, hi. So, do you have any horror stories?
Okay.
We all have them.
We all have them. Okay, so here is the horror story. So I had sex.
Hi, bitches.
Go away. I mean, hey. Anyway.
Whatever. What's it?
Anyway, so we interrupt this programming. Anyway, so I met this guy when I lived in a hotel in Atlanta for a couple of, I lived in there for like a month. It was an in-town suite until I found a place to stay. And so this guy, we hooked up, and then he was sitting there. Well, he asked for a beer, so I gave him a beer. Well, then he's sitting. I know. Well, I would ask him for wine, but I was dirt poor. But anyway, so we're sitting there on the couch or whatever, the pull-out sofa couch thing. And out of nowhere, he just gets up. And I'm like, what the hell? And then he just starts kicking the shit out of the couch, like an Ike and Tina moment. And I'm like, what is going on? And he was like, my wife's in this couch.
Oh, no. That's not normal.
No shit. So I'm like, what do you mean your wife's in this couch? And he was like, my wife is in this couch. And I was like, no, that's not how this works. He was like, are you an assassin? And, and I was like, no, I'm not. What the fuck are you talking about, an assassin? He goes, because you killed my wife and you stuffed her in this couch. And I was like, where did this come from? So then, he goes into the bathroom because he's still hearing voices in the bathroom. He goes into the bathroom. Well, there's always a vent, right over the shower.
Where the cameras are?
Yeah. Well, it kind of blew the shower curtain a little bit. I mean, it was like Mortal Kombat with this fucking shower curtain. I mean, any moment I was just like, finish it, it was that close. Yeah.
Finish her.
So then he comes up to the front and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I fucking hear you. I hear you outside. And he's like, my wife's out there now. And I'm like, the one that I just killed? I don't understand what's going on at this moment. So then, I call, those, text that you see that's Vivica, you've tuned into Shit Talk, our new talk show. So anyway, hi, this is Claire Deshay, I'm Robyn Houses. Anyway, so, he was like, are you sure you're not an assassin? And then, I had those little fold-out little boxes that you can get from, Dollar Tree?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I had, 3 of them holding into pants and stuff. He goes, are there heads up there? Is that what's in there, is heads? And I was like, no. So those texts you see where people are like, I need an emergency with their best friend, and they're like, what stage? And you're just like, it's a red flag. And so they call you up and they're like, emergency. I had a friend, I was like, I need somebody to call me emergency 911, whatever. So then he called me and he was like, emergency.
I have a flat tire.
Yeah, he was like, emergency, my building's on fire, I need you to come put it out.
The best he could do. There's a hurricane. Help! Best blowjob of the night.
So I had to go to his house, and the guy was just left wandering the parking lot.
Right, yeah, no, that's Jason's out there trying to get in.
Oh,
Miss Jack, do not go up. It's $20.
So did y'all have sex?
Before that, yes. After that, no. Then he came knocking on my door like 2 nights later, asking for a beer. And I was like, you would have thought a Jehovah's Witness had like knocked on my door, because I like turned off all the lights, dimmed the TV down low, like hid under the covers.
Did you do the Matrix?
Right? Yeah, I was just like, no, shh. Like I was telling nobody. There was nobody leaving me. I was like, shh, just be quiet. Maybe he'll go away. And he kept, hey, shit, we're just like, he's like, hey, you got a beer? You got a, I'm like, shh. So finally he goes away, goes to the neighbors. But that was the strangest sex story I think I've ever dealt with.
Mine's slightly more horrible.
Okay.
Okay, so I've only told this story to just a couple people.
Now you're about to tell it to the world.
Yeah. Okay. So there was a guy like several years ago. He came to Images and he was like, "Hey, I'm new in town. Do you want to hang out?" And he was gorgeous, lovely man. I said, sure. He said, well, my boyfriend's back in Texas. He's going to be moving here soon. And I said, don't want to step on nobody's toes. He said, well, I have an open relationship. Which is easy to say when your boyfriend's in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, no. I said, when your boyfriend comes back in town, let me know. Maybe we can hang out.
Mm-hmm.
So his boyfriend comes in town. Boyfriend also gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he'd be a soccer player. I love it.
Okay.
His boyfriend looks like he would be the coach. Not mad at it. So they wanted me to go home with them and have a threesome. And
Okay,
you're fine. That's pure honey. Pure honey. Yes. So they wanted me to come home with them and have a threesome, and they wanted me to be the bottom. Well, I'd never bottomed before, so I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure that everything's in check. I'm going to do the squish squish.
Wait, for those of you, so for the straight people watching, what is the squish squish?
It's a douche.
It's a douche.
So I'd never done it before. And I wanted to make sure it was done right and it was clean and correct. So I did it 5 times. I just wanted to make sure. So they came and picked me up on their F-150. Not mad at it. And we went out to eat. We went back to the apartment. We got in the pool. We had fun. We go back. We start doing the business. Well, his boyfriend was, I mean, it was unnecessary how big it was. So I'm like, this ain't gonna happen. So he kept trying, and then all of a sudden, I feel wet. And I'm like, he hasn't even got it in yet. But he was wearing a condom, so why would it be? Oh my God. Oh yes. So apparently all of the squish squish did not come out at my house, but it came out on their mattress. In my defense, thank God I did it 5 times. It was nothing but water. No brown stains, because I'm a lady. It was horrifying. They said, well, this happens. Well, not to me. Last time I ever had a threesome. It was terrible.
I love it when people are like, I had a threesome once with a guy and his boyfriend, and I couldn't get it up. Because I went to their house, and they were both gorgeous. But it was just because, like, I didn't know them. So it was just weird for me.
Right.
And so I couldn't get it hard. And, like, they were like, it happens. And I'm like, to people taking Viagra, maybe.
Right.
But I'm 30 years old. No.
Some people can get a thrill knitting splatters and sitting still. I don't own the rights to that music. I think that's going to be my tagline. You ever have to smell yourself to, like, did I put on deodorant? Sometimes I do a casual, like, but here I just went. Y'all understand.
Oh, shit. Anyway,
So I don't know what kind of face I want to do tonight.
a good one.
That's why I pointed at her. I was waiting for something catty.
Anyway, something out of the norm, a pretty way. Anyway, so,
Let's paint by numbers over here.
well, I mean, at least I know the 2 goes with the darker one. That would be
So,
Fanny.
pretty soon, Robyn and I are going to get in drag. We're going to go downtown with a sign that says, Ask a Queen. And let people ask us any questions that they want to. Just in case something goes wrong, my legal name is Justin Almost. And if I get put in jail, we all put together a GoFundMe page.
And in case something goes wrong, his name is Justin Almost, and if I go to jail, I mean, that to me like Disneyland, so I'm not really worried about
Oh,
it.
honey, it's like a family reunion. I'm not saying that you're trash. It's just the rest of the world does. Can I borrow some of your highlight powder? I only have a little bit.
Professional. She didn't bring her base coat. It's baby powder.
Oh, I love it.
It's cocaine. Sniff it. See what comes out. Anyway, so...
Oh, we got hearts as soon as you said cocaine.
Cocaine! Ooh, it lit up.
Oh, in case you're in Dalton, like cocaine. I don't want you to think that I'm racist. I want you to know that I am.
Anyway, so...
Oh, I smell like a baby's ass.
You look a little bit like a dirty diaper.
Well, I'm done. Like lip gloss. Lip gloss and some mascara. I keep forgetting to read what the people write. But
Do we really care?
Well, yeah, of course. They're watching us be fools.
Oh,
And, honey, oh my God, honey, you look like Lady Elaine Fairchild.
Alyssa told me I should do her for
Oh
cosplay.
God. I would make you a puppet, but I don't want to stick my hand up your ass. There's got to be one person in Chattanooga hasn't done it. Did I ever tell you about my lazy eye? It's not really a lazy eye. I would say it's slightly unmotivated.
Mm-hmm.
And you only notice it when I'm sleepy. It's this one. But if I get sleepy and I have to stay up like at work, like it just wanders over here. I'm looking at you, but I'm going to do surveillance also.
All she's missing is like one of those scope sounds on like the submarine.
It's my little walkabout eye. So have you watched any good shows lately?
Oh my God. What have I watched lately?
Oh, can we talk shit about you? Well, we can talk shit about anybody.
We can talk shit about you. But we won't charge for that. That's our fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
Give us $1 and we'll talk shit about you.
Oh, so hi,
Fanny
May.
It's our special guest, Fanny Mae.
Oh, my stalls, it's a Negro.
Oh my word! Hi, girls. How are you doing?
Good.
We're filming Shit Talk episode 1,
Oh,
Fanny.
I walk right in on time. Hello, everyone. How y'all be doing?
Fanny, today's subject is all about sex.
Do you have a traumatic sex story you would like to tell? We've already shared.
Yes. Okay. Because I just had my shot too. So
Hormones? Oh, yeah.
They'll fire you for that. You better watch it.
well, I'm gonna do a twofer if that's okay.
Go for it.
So I'll do the one that's currently traumatic. I'm not getting any. So that it is. Once upon a time,
Once upon a
There's a little
time.
gay boy named Charles
Oh, there was a little gay boy named Charles.
who attended a college.
Oh, he went to university.
Hey, perfect timing.
I
Hey.
know. Maybe I should be telling this story. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Hey, how you doing?
We'll be right back after a word of this message. Do. Claire, give a commercial. Sell something.
Okay.
Please tell
Hi. Do you hate your eyebrows and want to get rid of them, but you don't have the balls to chop them off?
No, you son of a
Friends, we
bitch.
have got an
No,
amazing
the
invention
bitch
for
done
you.
called me because he's watching
And
us
we're
live, and they're gonna call me on the phone to tell me what story to tell on the live.
We now take requests.
Oh, Lord.
I love you more. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank my passionate promoter for becoming Andrew Derby for asking me to tell some stories that will get me killed. So no.
Had a little talk with Jesus.
No.
So tell your story, fan.
Now that was traumatic, Andrew. So that's later. Okay, so way back when I was at the UTCs, and I was just a young baby, moved from Memphis, and I'm up in Chattanooga, and didn't know nobody, and AOL was popular at that time. And the
Chattanooga,
chat
M for men.
Yes, Chattanooga M for M, and actually people were talking in the chat rooms then. So meet this gentleman. Really don't remember his name, but this shit gonna crack you the fuck up. So, older gentleman, bald head, and decided to go to his house. Big old nice house, 2 stories, got all kind of crucifix and angels and things all around the place. And go to the bedroom. The bedroom is red, and his lighting is pink. And this is a white, bald-headed guy. So when you looking up at somebody and they said, yeah, and it looks like you fucking the devil. That was kind of traumatic.
Stranger danger.
And that's why Fanny goes to church on Sunday. Lord, I didn't mean to fuck the devil.
I mean, my goodness, that sometimes that haunts me while I'm trying to have moments to myself.
I'm not proud of that. Do what I want me to do. I don't own the rights to this
There we
music.
go.
I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette real quick.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh my goodness gracious! I told that story to every damn body. That's gonna be interesting.
He's probably going to show up at the bar.
Traumatic experience. Oh God! When I will tell the story about the first time I masturbated when I come back.
Okay. This ought to be fun. When we come back,
It's gonna be interesting.
this is part 1 ending because I got to go tittle. But when we come back, everybody join us because Claire's going to tell us the traumatic story of when she first masturbated.
When she found out that her third on.
And we're back. All right. So, real quick, Claire, before the break, decided she was going to tell us her first masturbating experience.
Well, we have to have viewers first.
Oh, well, fuck it.
So we'll just get ready and wait for them.
Okay.
Just leave them.
How many viewers are we talking? We got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Minimum 3. I have standards.
I've seen what you date. No, you don't.
Jokes on me. I never had a boyfriend.
Yeah. There's one. Yay.
Hello.
One singular sensation. Every little bit she turns.
Wow.
Says the man in the dress.
Yeah, Fannie Mae called us gay. That bitch just bent over and I felt the air pressure change in the room.
You're welcome.
Fanny, I have a flat tire. Can you hilt that for me?
Oh God. Why does my hair like triangle hair? I don't understand.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. So here is watching. All right. So I'll go ahead and tell my story.
No, you're not the only one, Dylan. Okay, so we're going to tell this Okay, this is Claire's first time masturbating.
Well, not the first time masturbating, but the first time that it happened. So, hi, Alyssa Page.
Hi, Alyssa.
So, I was probably...
Now it's classy.
Now
My mother's watching.
She'd be so proud. So, I was in the shower. I was probably, probably like 11 years old.
Uh-huh.
And I was playing with my G-Haw Winnie Diddle. And it felt good. So I just kept on playing with it.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, my body convulsed. And I thought that I peed on myself.
Oh.
Well, then I looked at it, and it was white. And I'm like, oh, God, do I have an infection? What's going on? And now, this was back in the day, like, when you couldn't, like, just Google something, like, what's this white stuff coming out of my penis? Like, you had to figure it out on your own. It was terrible. But, so, basically, I almost fell in the shower and hit my head. Which probably would have explained some of the brain damage. But I didn't, because I'm professional, and so I masturbated. Okay, so, now to you.
Okay. So my first time masturbating, I'll never forget that. I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old. We were in Florida. And I'll never forget this. So I was laying in bed and my penis got hard, so I started stroking it. Well, all of a sudden, just like with Claire, this white stuff just shot out. And then I thought, okay, this is a little weird, but my parents were like conservative Christians, so they didn't talk about this kind of stuff. But I was like, this is a little weird, but maybe that's supposed to happen. So then I go to the bathroom and I go to pee, and those after sex pee where it like goes, like one of those wavable arm men. Yeah. So yeah, that's what my piss was doing. So right then and there, I started praying, dear God, I think I broke myself. If you allow me to pee right, I promise I will never do what I just did again.
I'm a broken pecker for money. I don't own the rights to this music.
So that is my first time masturbation story.
All right. That's a great point to walk in.
Yeah. You're welcome.
That was my first time masturbation story. That's a great
Danny, do you have one you would like to share?
Got the Robyn is hell no. Hell no. That is terrifying.
Oh, Lord, I have to start getting it together. Where's Ark?
Alright, so, let's see. Okay, so, first time you've ever had sex, period, like talked or whatever.
I was in the 4th grade.
It was
It was under the clay table.
And I was having a sleepover. And
Now, is this like penetration, or is this...
No, it was oral.
Okay.
No, the first time I actually had
this is live, right?
hey, sex stories.
Sex stories.
As if the whole world doesn't already
So,
know.
the first time I had sex, I was 22, which is pretty good. So there was a guy, I used to go to Allen sometimes to hang out. Right. So there was a guy, Alan, that I used to talk to. It was super sweet. I lived in Cleveland at the time, so I gave him a ride home. And I was in drag. Well, this was back in the day when I was skinny, and I shaved everything, and I looked like a woman, unlike now, where I'm just looking like a big old man. So I took him home. We started making out in the driveway, and I thought, we'll go inside and have some fun. Well, couldn't because he didn't want to wake up his parents. So the first time I had sex was in the passenger seat of my Ford Escort. And now looking back, the fact that it was an escort just makes it even better. I'm a private dancer. I don't own the rights to this music. But it was good. It was good. I bought him my first time. He was long and skinny, so it was fine.
This wasn't the one you shit on the bed, was it?
No, I did not shit on the bed. I released some. I released squish. Shady Pines, Mom. Shady Pines.
You're older than I am, Grandma. Oh, Fanny, what about you?
Then why y'all bring this shit?
Because we don't want people to think that we're racist.
I mean, she is kind of sitting in the back.
Oh God, you know Drunk History. She back.
I saw. I haven't watched the episode yet. No.
Still waiting on them to call us. Hello. Oh my.
Okay, so
Oh, you need to.
I was 16. Could not be one of those who used to blur my face out. I changed the voice.
If I'd have changed Vanish's voice, it'd be like, I was 16 years old! Usually they go dark, they go deeper.
I was 16 years old, figuring out what the gay life was about. And here's the fun part. There's a cruising part of Memphis, and a lot of folks know about it because it's been in the news. And so I was back again on AOL when it was popular, and met someone who was my age, and we went through the park. Now, nothing happened. I was getting the scoop of how the gay life happened around me, so this is like the mid-90s. Well, after some time of doing that, getting comfortable online, I meet somebody and then come to the house, and like, here I am, 16 years old. Mama and them gone out of town.
Mama and them
gone out of town. So, like, come over, and like, I've never done the penetration on any sort at this point. And so it's supposed to be kind of one of those, you know, kids here, touch there, this is new to me, go slow, but don't poke the whoa. Excuse me, I didn't know this was going to happen. So, that was actually my experience of being a mama for the first time. It just literally slipped in. It was like, whoa, wasn't ready for that.
Oh, well.
And then it really don't want this to last, so make this quick.
I have a casserole in the
And of course, when it's over, that first time, you're so fucking embarrassed because you know what you gotta go do. So it's like, did you have fun? Yeah. All right, gotta go.
I'm gonna take the brownies out of the oven.
Oh, that was just horrible.
Okay, so since this is a...
Wow, walking on this shit. Telling everybody it's damn.
So, since we're on the subject of...
God, here we go.
Since we're on the subject, since Fanny brought up the cruising spot. Claire, have you ever cruised a spot? And where was it, or what was it?
Okay, so I have.
Before we get into this, I'm just
when I was 16, I met Sydney Brooks, and we started hanging out.
Shout out,
Sydney Brooks. So I got a vehicle, and we would hang out, and we went to the dam. I didn't know what the dam was really, so we were driving around, and Sydney Brooks said, "Tap on your brakes." I said, "Why?" She said, "Just tap on them." I said, "Okay." So I tapped on the brakes. I said, "What does that mean?" She said, "Well, that means you're interested in them." I had no idea. Of course, then I was a good Christian lady.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently when you go to the dam and tap on your brakes, it means that you want to meet in the bushes and shake the leaves. We left.
in Memphis, like you have the dam, we had the park.
Where the fuck are the paper towels?
And girl, this thank you. Hush up. So we had the park, and it was a cruising spot. But like me and my crew, we just go and hang out because I mean it ranged from folks that started in the group like 14 all the way up to like 50, and this is like
The hell kind of.
Well, shut the fuck up, okay? This is like the mid '90s. So
I have
the whole,
questions.
will you shut up? This is the mid '90s, and this is like gay is like still not the right thing. So you're just trying to get a group of people where y'all can just be, you know, without any prejudice, without any shit, just have a good time, and that's kind of what we did. And it was fun, harmless, but after dark is when the cars came in. And you see these folks driving by in circles all hours of the night going, I mean, literally in circles looking. And then there's this dark area of the park.
We call that the fanny part.
In which cars would go and they would circle around and then they would park and they would go in this wooded area for a little while. And then they do their thing, and they either continue to cruise or they get the fuck out. We stayed under the street lights so we could be seen at all times, even though we were still, you know, drinking underage. But it was a good party, though. But yeah, that was our thing. How to come rain, sleet, and snow. It was anywhere from 3 to 25 of us that was there.
Just rain, sleet, or hoe.
Now, for those that was in my circle who went and did that was their thing. We perfectly went and had a good time.
I can't.
And things.
Every time.
Come in.
My butt.
Well,
Y'all put this shit in my fucking memoirs since I'm fucking releasing all this information all up on Facebook Live. This shit gonna be
I
incriminating
have to
later.
say, so there was a park in Dalton, Georgia, that I know about. It's still there.
They got that down there?
Yeah, they got that down there. It's called Dugout Battlefield Park.
Make sure you have a time.
I will.
What's gonna be at a
Nobody's been there in years.
The
Cops ran them off big time. The cops, it got so bad the cops actually sent out letters to them being like, we know what goes on here, and people's wives are opening these letters up. We know what goes on here. If we see it again, we're going to arrest you. And so people just stopped going. So anyway.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
I know, right? So I heard about this, but I've never been to that part. I have friends that went, but the first time that I ever actually cruised a place was a Kmart bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
These faces. Of course,
Really?
Patrick would know about Cinema One. I have been to Cinema One, and then I found out that somebody was working there at one point who can't keep their mouth shut, so I decided not to go back.
I'm about to say something because it's on the news, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, anyway, so I'm not sure what that means.
like an old car trying to crank.
Yes, baby.
Anyway,
Something got to wind
so yeah, this guy was sitting, and like I went in there and I was like peeing at the stall, right? And there was a urinal if the stall's right here and I'm facing you, the urinal's like right here.
Why gotta be on my side?
And there is this little crack that goes all the way down, whatever. So I noticed that there's this motion going like this on that crack, and I can see it in my peripheral vision. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Well, I look over, and this guy is like standing right in the crack, and I mean, he is just going at it, and I was just like, you look like a cute meth head, and which means that you would do it for near nothing. So yeah, we hooked up, and
I'm about to say, did he do it for me?
he did for absolutely nothing, which surprised me because he probably went home to his wife and was like, I got nothing.
I'm your private meth head. Meth head for nothing. I don't own the rights to this music.
Catchphrase. But yeah, That's my craziest. Now I've been to like a rest area before where like I've never caught people cruising a rest area, but I have been and like a cop has pulled up and been like, you got like 10 minutes to do whatever you got to do and leave. And,
Damn,
yeah. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
sometimes it only takes 5.
Especially when you're like Claire and haven't had it in a while.
You're right. Pop goes the wind, pop.
But yeah, I think Claire is going out to smoke.
I'm gonna smoke.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so yeah, anybody out there in internet land have any questions for any of us that we might could answer?
I mean, hell, apparently everything's on a damn tape. Y'all caught me in a good damn time.
Any questions? Because Fanny ain't shy now.
Apparently not. They're going to bite me in the ass tomorrow.
Anybody out in TV land have any sex questions for the Queen? Because we got 5 minutes till showtime. The show starts at 12 tonight because we got James Mansfield from RuPaul's Drag Race.
She's such a damn sweetheart.
She is, and I'm glad I said her name right now. I called her like Charles Manson earlier. I don't even know.
Will you please get your famous people together, man?
That is one person I wish I could have met before he died. Big white on my. I know it's on my face. It keeps all this powder from dripping down into the into my skin. Thank you for the comment. That means a lot. It keeps all the powder from dripping down into my face and really fucking everything up. Because if I blend without the powder and it drips on my face, then all that black powder is just gonna go everywhere.
It is.
Hi.
This is origami.
Yes. The shaking bacon.
We are right now filming episode 1 of Shit Talk. And she's back.
I'm in the credits.
What is your favorite sex toy and how many people have used it?
Who, me?
Yeah, let's go. Derby just asked.
Oh God, Derby did. Oh, God. I feel like he already knows the answer. Favorite sex toy? Probably
Mexican donkey.
when I was in college. Just kidding, I never went to college. Probably Fleshlight. And then one time me and a gentleman friend tried to use it at the same time, which it worked, but it made a noise like this. Boner killer. Can't have nothing nice. So I would just like to say that the camera adds 10 pounds and we have about 5 cameras, so I'm really 50 pounds lighter than I look. You look like a coon. Raccoon Fanny. That was not a racial slur.
Talking to me this time.
Oh Lord, let me get this.
Claire is going to be the next Hollywood elite. I'm going to sue her for sexual harassment.
And it was more like charity. I deducted it on my taxes.
Oh, so you get $1 back?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh Lord. You know what you're going to sing tonight, Fanny? It's going to be amazing.
Grace.
Mm.
I'm gonna do my Lost Your Mind
Okay.
from the help.
Love it.
And then I got the Porsche Renee mix.
Okay. Oh.
Anybody else got questions? Because we are here to answer any and all questions about sex. Ooh, okay. So, new segment. It's about sex. Ask us tips on sex. Because we will give you our best answer on anything you want to know about what you're doing wrong with your man or your woman.
Yes, ask the 3 people who ain't getting any about. Okay.
Well, this hoe, she busy. About every 5 minutes. If you want to know what you're doing wrong,
that's just Daniel Deadly tagging me and everything.
if you want to know what you're doing wrong in bed with your woman, you're having sex with a woman.
So anyway, anybody have any questions about sex? We are going to give you the best advice you've ever had, and we're not going to charge you for it. So, okay, Fanny may charge $1. It's $5 minimum for Fanny. Will Ledford is watching.
I will.
I'm gonna answer your questions about sex.
Nobody wants to know that. That's why they ain't asking.
Should we take a little break and get ready and then come back when we're all done?
Okay. First, Robyn hasn't charged.
I feel like there should have been a time in there. First time.
I feel like there should be some words in there. Alright, well, we're going to take a quick break for a word from our sponsor, and we're going to come back after and talk more shit to you.
Bye.
Bye. Fanny, say
Ooh,
bye.
that looks like an awful vagina.
Bye.